Then, ngayon, kasi meron pong ipangalawang source of fund which is the preferred shares, we will compute naman the cost of the preferred shares. So, determine the value of dividends per share. Assuming the par value and market value per preference share is 100 and 250 pesos respectively, how are we going to determine the value of the dividend per preference share? Considering that the rate attached to the preference share is 15% and the par value of each share is 100, we can easily say that in every preference share, the dividend is 15 pesos. Paano po na-compute yung 15 pesos na yon? That is 100 par value per share multiplied by 15% rate of the preference share, so that is 15 pesos. Okay, yung 15 pesos na po yan, gagamitin po natin to compute for the cost of preference shares, which is the 15 pesos will serve as the numerator, and then we will divide it to the market value, which is the market value after deducting the flotation cost. Okay, take note that 250 is at 100%, so we need to determine what is the net of 5% of the market value. So that's why the 100% minus 5%, that is the net of the flotation cost. So once we multiply that 95% to the 250,000, we can immediately determine the value, the market value of the preference shares after tama ba yung excluding? O sabihin natin, after deducting the flotation cost. So, 15 pesos, divide it, computin nga natin kung magkano yun. 250 multiply by 950, magkano kaya? Sige nga, pakigamit mo nga po yung mga calculator nyo dyan. Kasi, nahihirapan akong mag-calculate dito. Teka lang ha, kukomputin ko. Maghanap lang ako ng calculator. That is 250 multiplied by 95%. Okay. That is equal to, okay, that is 237.5. So, 15 pesos divided by 237.5, that is 6.32%. So, our cost of preference share is 6.32%. Okay, again ha, inuulit po natin, itong cost na to, hindi po paputo yung weighted average cost of capital. This is just the cost of the preference shares na gagamitin po natin later on in the computation of the weighted average cost of capital. Ang haba ng solution on the economic value added. Nangyayari lang po tong kay haba-haba yung solution pag yung problem will not provide immediately the weighted average cost of capital. Okay? Well, next, third, let us compute for the cost of ordinary share kasi isa rin naman po siya na source of funds or part po siya ng cost of capital. To compute for the cost of ordinary share, assuming the par value and the market value per share is 20 and 40 pesos respectively. Okay, how are we going to compute that? Easy. Easy lang. Easy kasi meron po akong tinitignan. So, okay. Well, we will use the 3 pesos dividends per ordinary shares, and then we will multiply it to 108%. Bakit po multiply po natin to 108%? Kasi gusto natin makita what would be the dividend if meron pong growth later on. Kaya nga po, from the 100%, nagdadagdag po tayo ng 8% na growth rate. So we are expecting that the dividends will grow by 0.24 cents. So that's why that is 3.24 at gagamitin po natin yan later on determining the cost of the ordinary shares. And then, sunod po natin, gagamitin naman po natin yung market value per share, which is 40 pesos. Pero, kukunin po natin yung, hindi po yung buong 40 pesos. In this case, kasi may flotation cost attributed on the particular problem related to the ordinary shares. So, we need to deduct the flotation cost attached to that market value of 40 pesos. Kaya nga, the 40 pesos, multiply it to 93%. Bakit naging 93%? Kasi 100% ngayong 40, babawasan ng 7%, naging 93 na lang. So, ano ang katumbas ng 93%? That is 37.2. So, ngayon, na-compute na po natin yung dalawang importanteng bagay para ma-compute yung cost of ordinary share. That is the dividend per share as expected, which is 3.24 over the market value of the ordinary share after deducting the flotation cost, and then we need to add the growth rate, which is 8% in this case. So, pag i-compute po natin yon, 3.24 divide by 37.2. Please kindly use your calculator sa mga nakikinig. That is 0.087097 or equivalent to, sabihin natin, 8.71%. Kung walang growth rate, yun na, sana. Kaso may growth rate po tayo, we need to consider that because we are expecting na tataas rin naman yan. So, the cost of ordinary share will be 16.71%. O, ngayon, tatanungin nyo na naman ako, bakit wala po nyo yung retained earnings? Part din naman po siya ng capital. Usually, the computation of the cost of ordinary shares and retained earnings are the same. So, may tendency po na magkakapareho din po sila. Kaya hindi ko na rin po nilagay yung computation ng cost of retained earnings. Okay? And then anyways, the problem did not provide any value of the retained earnings. Okay? So, ngayon, ano po sunod na gagawin natin? Sunod po natin gagawin is that i-compute na po natin yung weighted average cost of capital. Haba-haba, bago pa tayo nakapunta. Pero hindi pa po tayo totally makakapunta sa weighted average cost of capital. Una po natin gagawin is hanapin yung mga market values ng bawat ng funds, sources of funds. In this case, the bonds payable has 50 million, the preference share has 25 million, the ordinary shares is having 100 million at its market value. The total market value of the sources of fund is 175 million. Using those figures, we can prepare the ratio for each source of funds. So, ineliminate ko na po yung mga zeros. So, the ratio for bonds, that is 50 over 175. The preference share is 25 over 175. The ordinary shares is 100 over 175. Ito pong mga ratio na to, ito na po yung weight. Weight. Ibig sabihin, bigat ng bawat cost. Okay, ng sources of fund para makompute po natin yung weighted average cost of capital. Okay, so dahil kumpleto na, we can now compute for the weighted average cost of capital. Okay, finally, let us compute for the weighted average cost of capital. That is the individual cost multiply the ratio equals to the weight. For the bond, okay, looking back, no? Okay, i-backtrack nyo na lang. Okay, the bonds payable has 5.89% individual cost, while the preference share has 6.32 and the ordinary share has 16.71. We need to multiply it based on the ratio na nagawa natin on the previous slide. Kasi yun yung weight niya. So, 5.89 multiplied by 50 over 175, ibig sabihin yung contribution ng bonds payable from the weighted average cost of capital is 1.68. Same with the preference shares, 6.32% multiplied by 25 over 175, that is 0.9. Ordinary shares, 16.71 multiplied by 100 over 175, that is 9.55. So, i-add po natin yung 1.68, 0.9, and then 9.55. We can say the total weighted average cost of capital is 12.13. O yun ha, na-compute na po natin yung total weighted average cost of capital. Aray, hinihingal na akin eh. Okay, let's continue. Again, hindi pa po yun yung economic value added. Tinapos muna po natin computein yung weighted average cost of capital kasi importante po yun in the computation of the economic value added. Ngayon, gamitin na po natin sa problem. Gamitin na po natin in the computation of the economic value added. The operating income after tax minus minimum rate of return is the economic value added. Inuulit ko, that is the operating income after tax minus the minimum rate of return. Kaso the minimum rate of return here on EVA is based on the weighted average cost of capital. Kaya nga, kinumpute muna natin yung weighted average cost of capital. Okay. If we are going to recall, the total asset of the company is 135 million pesos. And then, we need to deduct the current liabilities. Not the total liabilities, the current liabilities. 135 million pesos total assets minus 25 million current liabilities. It is equals to 110 million pesos. And then, meron po tayong na-compute na 12.13% na weighted average cost of capital. We need to multiply it, from the net, yung total asset net of the current liabilities na 110 million pesos, lalabas po that the minimum rate of return is 13,343,000. And finally, matatapos na rin yung problem na to. We can now compute for the economic value added. The problem provides that the income after tax is 14 million. So, yung 14 million pong yun na nakalagay po sa problem, nakabawas na yung tax na 30%. So, wala na po tayong problema doon. And then, we need to deduct the minimum rate of return na 13,343,000. So, we can say that the economic value added is 657,000 positive. Okay? Positive value. Hindi positive sa COVID. Charot. Okay. Sige. Ano po ba ang indication or interpretation nito? Well, sabi nga po natin that the economic value added is same with the residual income pero mas specific lang siya kasi ginamit po yung weighted average cost of capital. The same rin the explanation that if positive, we can immediately interpret the company is earning much and we can conclude that the company is performing well. If the company's residual income is negative value, it means the company is not profitable even if we deduct the minimum rate of return to positive operating income. Yun, same explanation lang. Wag nyo na akong paulitin doon. So, tapos na po ako sa performance